Why are we doing this? There's a lot of resistance. So I think once we got past that, it took about a year and I think 2019, we elevated our game. We stepped our game up. Everybody started seeing results from the BDC, and they believed in it. And then we started, once we had support and more support, then it was 150, 175, 200, 250. So we maxed out at what, 250.
Let me jump in. You guys, this room that we're sitting in right now, they wanted to ambush me. I felt like I was in a Shrek movie. Like they were coming with pitchforks. All the salespeople are sitting where you're at. And I was telling them about this stuff, and tell the story about the salesperson. I think he's back now. What have you? Oh, you don't have to mention the name, but just say what happened. This is hysterical.
Oh, like here with you, or
remember, confrontation.
Very confrontational the whole time. Sean was here, very resistant, older sales,
aggressive,
very aggressive.
I want to smash you.
So he was trying to talk, Sean. Obviously, he talks, but he's trying to talk, and the whole time this guy just keeps shooting him down. And Sean's like, "Jeez, brother, please." I think you actually said, "Jesus Christ," whatever you said. Let me just speak for 2 minutes about. And it's funny because the person he's talking about, we've had some people leave that resisted the program, and then we brought them back to be a point guard because we needed the new car experience in our department. So some people have been here, right? Robin have decided, hey, I see advantage, and they came back and they were very successful over here. And resisted it 2 years ago. And
so what Rob just said is the dealer principal. This is a guy that was emotionally committed. He was also economically committed. He paid the dealer synergy fees or have you, and they were success, but he did not turn around and force his people, to do everything. And like you said it took what, about a year?
Almost a
little year. And so there's a difference starting from 75 cars and then and your top month was 255 cars out of an inner department, and you guys are here now. It's not like this is a huge palace. Like Rob tells a story, it's a joke. Like, did you tell him what this place was?
My office was my kitchen at one point.
Did you guys know that?
Yeah.
Isn't that, this place was his former house. Is that insane that you would never think in the middle of the cornfields in Pennsylvania that you have a 355 car dealership out of a residential house type facility? It's crazy. So you don't have to worry about we can't do this, you can't do that. We could do anything that we put our minds to. You know what I'm saying? And I got to tell you right now, the reason why this is successful is because of the director. You know what I mean? Again, there's parts of it, he cut the check, he supported the GSM, but there's times where he probably, he's kind and, you keep your own business, privately, but he probably talked them off the cliff from trying to cancel, because it wasn't easy sometimes, but you have to have a champion at your dealership that's going to champion this initiative that has respect, of management and of the salespeople. Because I honestly think if it wasn't him pushing and pushing and pushing and pushing, and really, doing all that he did, we wouldn't have had as much success as we would. And as you guys know, I think we're up to 26 covers of every major magazine in the automotive industry. And the only reason why that we are on there, besides the dealer synergy variable, is because of the director. We don't have any covers of dealerships, dealer synergy clients that had a shitty director or a director that wasn't, really bought in or what have you. So my directors here, you are going to be the catalyst of this happening. Now, what I'd like you to do as a dealer, this is really important, and this is good for you to hear, because you're a GSM, is that dealer principals don't have the time to do this. That's why they have a director. So can I hear from you, Rob, how important is it for you to be able to have trust and faith for the director to do what they've got to do?
It's essential.
Okay.
So I believed in it. I knew that things were going that way. So I took Jason to your conference, and I knew if I could sell him on it, and he believed in it, then we could multiply. And that's really what happened. But it takes a village. It takes a whole group of people that have the same goals and vision. You're not going to get the change you're looking for.
Absolutely. And so I'm going to tell you now, there's different variables because me and Jake are a lot alike. You know what I mean? We are, which probably drives you crazy. You know what I mean? But I understand him to the point where he's got multiple stores. He wants to buy more stores. He's young. He needs you guys to be able to kind of just figure it out, sort of, you know what I mean? And so it's challenging that because you're got to try to do everything that you normally do. To sell cars, to manage a dealership is not easy. There's fires, not little fires, but there's customer fires, it's a month-to-month business. It's not like you have a quarter to get shit right in practice. You've got a month, and then it's done. You breathe for Sunday, the day off in Jersey, all right, in Pennsylvania, and then you start the whole shit up again. So it's kind of hard, but you have to figure it out. Questions. I want to like, especially now that we're like recording this, I want to find out, Carmela, you're a brand new director, and I was blown away by your numbers. To have a coordinator that actually was responsible for 60 plus car sales, isn't that crazy?
That's awesome.
It's crazy. You know what I mean? So that's the equivalent, in my opinion, of like a 30, literally of a 30 or 35 car salesperson on the floor, 40 car salesperson that's doing the full, kit and caboodle. What challenges are you having that you just, not challenges, but it's all new to you, you know what I mean? So what is the stress factors? What are the concerns? What are the things that
Just the point guards, not.
Oh my God, yes, speak, woman, please, yes, preach.
They come in 5-10 minutes, they do 5 calls.
Sound familiar?
Yeah, it
sound familiar, right?
Yeah,
it's so funny.
5 calls, nobody answers, they give up.
Okay, and so a point guard again is basically salespeople that are working in conjunction with the department, because again, this is important to remember. And Rob, this is the thing that you cracked, by having this become a full internet dealership, is that in my opinion, from 21 and a half years doing automotive internet sales in BDC, in 2020, we're in year 2020 now, it is impossible to maximize your potential if it's just a bunch of coordinators. Because, and I'm not minimizing you, but if you think about this, like respectfully as a team, the coordinators are the front lines. You would think that a salesperson, because they've got product knowledge, OEM certification, they got more responsibilities, and they make a shit ton more money, or have the ability to make a shit ton more money, that they should be a higher caliber individual. So you're putting all this responsibility in like the least trained, least experienced, and unfortunately, least freaking respected, employee in the sales division. Which is crazy because you guys work 10 times harder, than the average salesperson. Because you don't have to just wait for an up, because the directors, I am, he is, she is, he is, get on the phones, you know what I mean? Where you may say, go catch an up, but the reality is that there's a lot going on, but it can't just be there. And let's talk about HR too. Like Justin, we did a bell to bell, me, you, and LA, and we were at Raceway Chevrolet. And in one day, in 12 hours, we made, what was the number? 45 appointments, and what time did you leave?
I left around 5.
You left at 5. And you weren't, it wasn't even your store. You just came in for extra training, which was dope. But here's what's crazy though, and this is something I want to get straight to everybody. HR is a critical factor that will cripple you in the internet department, cripple you. Because we made 45 appointments in one day with a total of 8 people throughout that period. But here's the crazy part is 25 of those 45 appointments, more than half of those appointments happened between 5 and 8 p.m. with only 3 people. So, and so the point is this, is if you've got 6 people that are in your department or 8 people in your department, theoretically, they're on the roster. It's like the freaking Eagles. You have Deshaun Jackson, you got Carson Wentz, you got all this stuff. Don't mean shit if they have an injury. Or it doesn't matter if you've got 6, 7 people in your BDC if they're not working. You need to be completely staffed up every day. If you have people between the coordinators, which is the BDC reps, between the point guards, which is the dedicated alpha team, that's going to be the hybrid, and then also the overflow from the showroom. See, they're different where this is a full, true internet dealership where everybody's in the internet. Your stores for the Raceway Auto Group, it's like completely segregated for the most part. Correct, Carmela? That's what I'm hearing from you?
Yes.
Okay, and so what is it like for you to come into an organization like this and hear that all the salespeople are... Now, you told me that they get pissed if they can't get some internet love, right or wrong?
Yeah, right.
So how crazy is that? So explain how, what happens if they can't get some leads?
Well, I mean, so we have to put policies in place, but if they don't, they're just downstairs waiting for an up, basically what you call the up buzz.
Yeah, the magic up buzz.
75% of our business comes from internet, BDC, advertising, digital marketing. So that means 25% of the time you're waiting for an up. And is it just a true walk-in? Is there a repeat? Is there a referral? That's
right.
With all that. So, I mean, good luck with all that. Now they love to get them, though. They usually fight to get them when they resist them.
So that's what you need to take back. And it's really awesome that your GSM came with you here because that's what you need, brother. I'm telling you, you're in frickin' Freehold. You're in Freehold, New Jersey. Great market. What's your average FICO score? Listen to this. 720 is the average one. Are you kidding me? He's spoiled, boy. He's spoiled. Yeah, right? It's 520. That's, yeah, right? So my point being is that can you imagine as a GSM if you were able from open to close have that BDC packed? So how many terminals do you have the ability in your department?
7.
So you have 7 terminals in your department, okay? Now, be honest, like since you've been the director, how long have you been a director for? A couple weeks now?
3 weeks.
3 weeks, okay. what was the lowest amount of staff that you had there because of shift? Like, I don't care if it's even for a couple hours. Were you only had like 2 coordinators?
2.
So think about that. How many total coordinators do you have?
Now
No, how many terminals do you have?
7.
Okay, see, here's my point. You have 7 terminals, but because you might be short-staffed, one, and because of it's their day off, their shift off, or what have you, you might only have 2 BDC reps that are in that department. How much productivity could they possibly be doing, when you have all the salespeople that are just, waiting for magic to happen? So that was the hardest thing for this store. This is one of the hardest things, was to be able to break that paradigm. But look at what happened. It just blew up in a positive way. So as a GSM, what can you do to go back to Raceway Kia to get them to freaking be in that department?
You got to make the salespeople believers. In our store, the reality is the salespeople seem to think that there are opportunities at our front door, and their opportunity hangs at the hands of our BD reps. That's pretty much where it is, and we've been working tirelessly to try to find a way to motivate them to go in the back and participate in what we know is going to result in sales.
So Rob, as a dealer principal to a GSM, it's like talking to Steve, your GSM, like what can he do to go back to his store to get what you've got? How can he get his people to want to be part of this internet department?
I think you close them on the facts. The facts are the facts. Show them the numbers. I mean, our numbers are 75% of our business comes from this department.
Whew!
Right?
Amen. Absolutely.
And that's because the customers, that's the way that they communicate with us.
Right.
So these are facts.
They know the facts. They know the facts.
Right. They're emotional.
But
you know what I mean?
Again, it might be going
They
back
just
to
want
our
us to
HR
give
discussion.
it
There's
to
probably
you
more
now.
to it than what
I'm getting there.
Without doing
Yeah.
the work.
This is,
Yeah.
You're going from an old school the way it was.
Right.
And you have people that are just scared of the transition, scared to make their own changes. And I think it is kind of our responsibility to help them through that to an extent.
But where's the point as a dealer where you say, okay, I try to train, I try to motivate. When does it come where, like, look, again, back to what I said before, you're a franchise dealer. You can't negotiate with Kia. You can't turn around and be a shitty old school, like, Kia, Ford, what have you do. Yeah, but no, I'm saying, yeah.
Time from what he's saying.
They've been on the program for almost a year.
Everything's
It's been a
coming
year.
through the front door, but it's not.
Right.
This is what I think it is. It's not necessarily old school, new school. I see what you guys are saying, but as far as especially our dealer group that I know pretty well, it's spoiled. They are spoiled. We have reps that don't make a single call and still sell 18 to 20 cars a month because of the BDC. So they don't want to come in and work and get their own stuff because we bring it for them.
We'll see to run off with that too. Like I've worked at both stores now, and at Kia, some of those salespeople are making really good money. And I'm at a store now that's suffering, and I have a bunch of salespeople. I got their bonus sheets from last month, and they made no money. So like now, I have these guys that are like, all right, I'm ready to listen to you.
Yeah, you have their
Can you show them?
attention.
I have their attention. What everybody makes.
Where we have the opposite issue because we average usually used cars close to $3,000 a copy, and new cars like $3,500 a copy from the internet part of it.
Say it again. How much per
Used car we're usually 28 to 3,000. New car we're closer to 3,500 per copy.
on a new car
On a new car.
at a Kia
You
dealership?
make more money on the new cars than the used cars.
Okay, and a Kia, not like Ferrari, right?
And,
Shit.
and that's a subprime
It's
market
true.
too.
That's good. That's wrong.
Can we say thank you, Telluride? I'm just saying.
That helps.
Hey, you talk about it, the equation, because
Huh?
they've only been around for.
Look, I ain't hating on him. I just gave up that whole Land Rover thing. I should have got a Telluride. I'm serious. That shit was crazy. So,
Buy two.
huh?
You buy two.
I could buy two. I could definitely buy two. All right. So, let's talk about this too, because in my model, what I say that you can have, you guys are the coordinators, so you have coordinators, but besides coordinators, you have a point guard. But the other option is not having point guards. Point guards, in my opinion, are the best way because you, as a real manager, I want to make sure that everybody eats, that everybody lives. But if they're just dense, they don't fucking get it, then you just take the option away and have a dedicated internet sales team. And this is what you guys haven't tried yet, or haven't tried since you've had the awakening or the desire to be awakened. And what I mean by that is that instead of like giving the option to the floor, I say hire a couple people recruit them out of them. Don't recycle them because they've already had that opportunity, and say, look, condition of employment, you are going to be a dedicated internet sales consultant. You can't touch anything from the floor. No service drive stuff, no OEM stuff, no anything. All you're going to live and die only on internet leads, phone ups, referrals, and your own prospecting. And they'll be fat. They'll make a ton of money doing that. So that is an alternative that you should exercise, but you've got to have a line of demarcation, brother. But, as a GSM, I know your story, know your area. You just went through a whole renovation in your building. It's beautiful now. I mean, you need to get your salespeople to step up, because that's where you're missing. And she's a powerful, director now, but she was a super powerful coordinator. But guess what? Military statement, you're only as strong as your weakest link. So if your weakest link is there, then you're never going to get to it. It doesn't matter. It's going to actually bring the value of her down, because, you're reading at a third grade level, even though she's in college. Do you see what I'm saying? So what can we do when you go back to Jersey?
We just have to, practice different, like you said, maybe independent sales coordinator that's going to strictly work with them.
And when the title is going to be internet sales consultant, I also call them internet sales manager. In my system, the director is like the GSM of the department. The internet sales manager or the point guard is like the sales manager of the department. And the coordinators are like the salespeople of the department. They're selling the appointments. All right, so that's going to go back. What are you going to do in Chevy? Are you going to try to do the point guard system or the dedicated internet sales system? I think point guard's good. Yeah. You should model like them, especially since they're thirsty over there. You know what I mean?
And honestly, I have the guys on board with making it happen. It's just now I need to put the processes in place because I don't even have an internet manager.
So we have one of our Toyota dealerships from Iowa that just says it works great over here. They're DS as well. It works great for here. It's a Toyota Des Moines. 4 of us in the internet department, and business is good. So they have 4 dedicated internet sales consultants at Toyota Des Moines, which is a DS client as well. So it works really well for them because they have this. You guys, that's the other thing. What's crazy is that you guys aren't alone. It might seem like this is like crazy or messed up. Everywhere across the country. We just brought on a dealer from Guam. I never in my life, in 21 years of the business, I'd never been to Guam. I never worked with a Guam dealer, and I'm so proud to have a new Guam dealer. Guess what? In Guam, they have the same shit that we have here in Pennsylvania, in New Jersey, in California. It's the same thing. So that's why, this information is great, but if we don't apply it, then you just took a 3-hour drive in the snow for nothing each way. You know what I mean? All right, now, Director, I'm going to give you, because you're the newest one, what other questions do you have with all of us here? You've got a dealer principal, GSMs, internet directors, you got me, you got coordinators. What other besides that? As I think we have that. Either you're going to do it or not do it now. You know what I mean? That's your GSM. You can't do anything. It's up to him. So besides getting the salespeople involved, what else do you think is of need to discuss or a challenge or a problem?
I just want to get out there, and I just want to see how you guys are doing so many cars.
All right, good. So let me shut up quick and let's go out there. Let's just do the last round of questions. Let's go take a look. All right. And so identify yourselves real quick.
Khadija.
And you are a?
I'm a internet sales rep.
Okay, so you're a coordinator. And for the people that don't know what that is in our group, it's a BDC rep, right? For normal people, right? And you are?
Sierra.
Okay, and you are?
An internet coordinator.
Okay, cool. So now, what was this experience like, to be able to sit with dealer principals, and internet directors from a different organization, and also people from your sister dealer group stuff? Is this pretty cool to be able to have this type of information?
It's really awesome, and just seeing how the process works, and just seeing how much they not only believe in the process but believe in their team. That's definitely important, because having your upper management believe in you means a lot, and for them to believe in the process makes you definitely want to believe in it. So I think that's great to see as well.
I'm really, and it was you that asked to bring the coordinators. I heard, right? That's awesome that you basically felt value to bring an internet coordinator, BDC rep, all the way, out here to East Bumble, Jaboob, right? To hang out. I'm just kidding. For us in Freehold and New Jersey, it's a little different. Yeah. No, listen, bro, you're making crazy, stupid money here, so it's all good. Now, Sierra, what about you? What questions do you have, as a coordinator?
I mean, really, I think it's what Carmela said, seeing how they do things different than us. They're selling 200 cars out of their BDC. What are they doing different than us?
Okay. What is the biggest challenge you have? This is good to also hear the coordinators. What would you say the biggest frustration point you have at your job, at your dealership?
Probably just getting the sales floor involved.
The salespeople involved, right?
So,
Yeah.
Point guards.
Point guards. Okay, so you need, and why do you need them? You need them from what, TOs? Like, talk about it, explain.
Sometimes, like, you on the phone with the customer and you say, I have a great idea. Hold on 1 second. Then I can't find someone. I can't easily call them. No one's in the room. I can't call them, or I have to go look for them. They may be somewhere, I don't know where. So it's hard because now the customer's waiting and sometimes they may hang up. And that's our opportunity that we lost.
Do you managers, you hear that? Like, that's crazy. You're spending all this time, days, weeks, and months. How, like, let's talk about that. Isn't it true, it takes you, on average, days, weeks, and months?
Definitely. It takes a while. And even sometimes, like, we don't get a customer on the phone until, like, 45 days. And it's like, oh, my gosh, we have this customer. So we want to close them because at this point, it's getting closer to 90 days. And we're going to lose the lead, and we don't want to lose it. So I want to close it.
And how does it make you feel? It's got to be, I don't want to lead you, so I'm just going to ask you and then I'm going to lead you afterwards. So how does it feel that you're busting your ass, you're making all these calls, you're following people for up to 45 days, 90 days, and then it's you don't get the support. There's nobody there to help you, the TOs, there's nobody to help you for product information, and you're left stranded.
It's definitely tough. It really sucks, honestly, because that's like our connection, and we're supposed to be at 10 and 12 connection, and honestly right now I'm at 8%, so it's like everything that I get, I want to be able to close. And if I don't have no one to assist me when I need it, it's really difficult.
And what about you, Sarah? How does that make you feel, just as someone that's working hard and trying to, build a career, and then, your success is limited because of another person?
Yeah, I mean, it's awful. I usually try to figure it out. It can't always be figured out. Sometimes you just need that person. If you don't have them, it's kind of
frustrating. Yeah, sucks. Yeah. You be honest. Okay, cool. Say it. It's all good. We're being real. Okay. And so, but I will tell you this, the thing is, this is what I know. Jake wants this to work. Vlad wants this to work. Shane wants this to work. Everybody wants this to work. That's why you guys are here. So there's light at the end of the tunnel. So we're going to do two last things I want to say, and then we're going to take a look outside. Okay, so Justin, I'm really super, hyped, for you being here, man. Like, you've been through how many internet director trainings with me? How many IS-20Gs? To me, it's the same thing. We're gonna get you caught up, girl. But it's like I see you like honestly, like Jason. It's the vibe. You know what I'm saying? Like, you were hungry, wanting to do this. I'm super proud of you. And what is it that you want to get out of today and this meeting? And what do you need help with at your store?
Well, I mean, they've pretty much hit the nail on the head. I've talked to Jason quite a few times. I wanted to see his department in action because, to be honest, when I'm hearing the numbers, I'm thinking he has 10, 12 reps. He has 6. So I'm like, all right.
Now, I got to jump right here, because is that the right amount of people you should have?
No, sir.
Okay, good. So again, but the whole point is that he's doing all that with 6, right? But because he got everybody to chime in, you know what I'm saying? So that's mind blowing. How many reps do you have?
Right now I have 5 plus 1 new one, so 5.
So you have 5. And so he's more than doubling what you have, or about doubling what you have?
Doubling. I'm hitting 105, 110.
So that's crazy. All right, so let's do this. Let's go out there. So you want to lead the charge to show them? Okay. So let's go see this.
The magic.
Yeah, the magic. Yeah. So everybody, what we're doing right now, this is the dealer principal's, office or have you. And again, really close friends. These are clients for, over almost 2.5 years. I lost count. Rob, how long have you been a client now? Is it 2.5 years now?
2016.
Oh my crap! Oh wow! It's over 3 years then. See, wow, that's crazy. So, and it means a lot to me that you open your home, literally like your work, to share information with these other people. You know what I mean? Like, I can't thank you enough, because you hear it. You can hear the pain in their voices, man.
I think it's good to hear that, because they're struggling with salespeople and management support, so it makes those salespeople and sales managers more aware of what they go through on a daily basis. That's what needs to happen. I think that there's not enough education where everybody understands what these people, how many calls they're making, what they're doing to provide traffic to the store.
Absolutely. What's up, brother?
I'm watching you, man.
Yeah, you watch me. Yeah, we're live streaming. Yeah. So this is the GSM, man. This is Steve Hartle, also super. He's going to be future podcast for the Millionaire Car Salesman Group. Disclose you online. Okay, let's go look at your amazing operation here.
Amazing.
Hi, this message is for Tony.
So you guys are more welcome to kind of walk over.
Yeah.
That's the process to do the spread.
Yeah, However, you gotta see what it looks like. If it looks good, you do
You
it.
should probably just talk about this. You guys can just kind of slide this over. Brianna's new, so she's not really on the phones completely yet. Yeah. So some salesman
What's up? How you guys doing? I love this, by the way, man. This is like a super vision board right here.
Yeah.
Yo, this is
That's what I
dope.
have over there for myself.
Absolutely, it's motivation, inspiration. Oh, you got a beautiful family, brother. No, for sure.
More than just this section.
You guys are limited where it's
We need to get you some decorations up in here. I know. I can tell you're new. No, it's all good. Pleasure. Sean Bradley. There you go. Boom. There you go. Is this crazy?
I love all of the positive. Yeah, that's up.
But the whole thing is that it's not like a. Let me get over it. So what's cool about it? It's not like it's a. Like you think that an internet department that sells 250 units, averages about 210 out of their internet department would be the huge thing with 1 million people, right? But it's just a regular room, just people, just trained, motivated. You know what I'm saying? So hang out. I'm gonna get out of your way so you guys can turn around and take a look at this.
I believe that we're talking about launch process and the way to do things. Our goal is for our BD agents to hit the phones all day long. Pretty much
Yes.
eliminate any other distractions. And when I walk into our BDC departments, it's very quiet.
I just said that.
And I
just said-
notice, to me, I look at, it should be a boiler room, right? People on the phones, hello, hey, coming in. No, and I don't see that, So
Yeah.
is it something we're not doing, or is it just more of our text interaction and everything else that we do?
Yeah, it could be a bunch of things. I mean, we definitely text a lot. I mean, that's part of it. I know. I mean, that's a lot of way people like to communicate.
We have a lot of texts and emails.
We do that, but yeah, I mean, they should. If you're doing 120 calls, what's that come out to?
Call should be coming.
Right. They should be
I
calling.
think part of that.
If you're
too
truly
is
doing the calls, don't
the
log
emptiness.
bullshit. Oh, yes, sir.
You know what I mean?
That's right.
If you have seven
It's on. I'm Sean Bradley. I curse.
in this room, even if it was a room like mine, like my BDC office is like that aisle, right?
Right.
Yeah, yours is small.
I at one point when I had 7 reps, I had to stand at the desk. I didn't even see. But
Oh man, that's bad.
when it came down to it, like 6 to 8, I might only have 2 reps. There for a while, I had some HR issues. I was actually only down to 3 reps. Friday nights from 6 to 7, I was there by myself. So you're not gonna have those.
Okay, I'm gonna let you guys continue. I'm gonna go meet with Rob.
I have like a minimum of 100.
I'm glad you guys are here.
All of my reps made 140 calls a day. That was actually, they negotiated a little bit. I did it as a.
How you guys doing? Cool.
Have another person.
Yo, we just saw lots of money. There's millions and millions of dollars being made in this room right here. So again, I hope you guys like this. I love this group, and I hope you guys getting value and you're learning. Okay, let's help each other. Do more, be more, and achieve more.